Hi, welcome back to the Strata channel. I'm Bryan, Data and Graphics Specialist for Strata. Today, I'll be answering several frequently asked variable printing questions. It's a hot topic these days in the world of marketing, as personalization is more widely used than ever before and very effective. If you're working with a variable printing company or looking to get started yourself, you want to understand the basics. Let's get started. Variable data printing is printing that uses data to create personalized or unique print and mail pieces. Some common examples of variable data are things like names, addresses, monetary amounts, images, QR codes, and other kinds of data that could be made specific to a person or product. People really like to feel seen, heard, and special. They don't want to feel just like another face in the crowd or one more number to make money off of. Personalized print and mail pieces have a much greater impact on the recipient than a generic print or mail piece. There's a greater chance the recipient will look at the piece and maybe purchase an item or use your service. Most obviously, variable printing gives you personalization down to the recipient level. Every printed piece can be totally different from the next one depending on your variables and what they control. You can change text, images, and even layouts just from the data you have and use. You can also tie some variables in with digital or other forms of marketing by using things like QR codes that take viewers to specific websites or landing pages. Variable data printing should be used for smaller quantity print runs that require customization on the printed pieces, such as different names, addresses, or something like coupons that can differ depending on a consumer. Traditional printing like offset or web printing are good for large quantities of printed pieces that don't require variables or customization. For example, catalogs or some magazines would be printed in large numbers and not be cost-effective to print on a digital press due to sheet sizes and quantities. Basically, weigh the need for customization and think over your budget and goals. First, you'll need to use the base design you'll want to use for printing the variable data on, whatever the piece is. You'll also possibly want to compile some images if you're hoping to swap them out variably. And you'll need a mailing list and some other type of data file with the variables you want printed on your print or mail piece. Make sure your data has the information needed to pull the correct variables. For example, you may have a URL column that can be used to generate the variable QR code, or you'll have a column for just the customer's first names so that you can start your piece with an introductory statement. Names, addresses, monetary amounts like donation amounts for charities or memberships, gender, company names, URLs, colors, and more. Any number of demographic variables could be used to create a printed piece or customize it to a specific recipient. A couple of different sources say traditional print has about a 2% response rate. Variable data printing could be between 6% and as high as 30%. Digital or inkjet presses are the most common devices used for variable data printing. Variable data printing tends to be in smaller quantities. The customization of variable printing is much more difficult to print on a conventional offset press or web press. Layout files and data preparation are really important. In the layout file, it's good to build a separate layer of the variables being used in the printed piece. This allows the print production person to turn off or hide the layer for the variable data software being used. Putting variables in brackets or braces, like you see on the screen, also helps the print production person know what a variable field versus a static part of a print design is. Also note that Adobe fonts are not supported in a lot of variable software, so fonts you can actually package with your files are recommended. Also, text and images with effects and transparency do not work with all variable software, so check with your print provider before you submit the file. And it's important to package any files with the document fonts and images so everything is ready for the printer. Data preparation is also an important part of the process. The better organized and cleaner your data is, the easier it will be to work with. Having all the fields you want to use in the data provided makes incorporating the variables into the layout a lot easier. Separating the city, state, and zip code into their own data fields is recommended for mailing addresses because most postal pre-sort software prefers the data in that format. Since the technology and software of variable printing has changed and is getting better all the time, it's important to work with a partner that has printed variable data print or mail pieces for a long time. Experience with a variety of different print and mail pieces and different complexities of variable data printing is also important. Variable data printing can be as simple as a single name printed on a letter or as complex as a bank credit card statement to a full-blown brochure with changing images and paragraphs. It's best if your printing partner has experience with all of these scenarios. That's all the variable printing questions we'll be answering here, but we're always available to chat. Have a question that wasn't answered? Contact us at the link in the description bar. And as always, if you're ready to make smart happen, visit the link below, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel for future relevant content.